Hey guys and gals, welcome back in. Tim Knox back on YouTube. That's right, the rumors of my death were greatly exaggerated. As you can see, I am alive. I'm still on the planet. I've just been away for a little while, and if you want to hear why I've been away and why today's topic is shit happens, stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. Tim Knox here. I'm back on YouTube. After a brief hiatus, which is an industry term that we YouTubers use, it means I've been gone. Haven't been on YouTube for a while, and I wanted to do a quick video just to give you an idea, or just to let you know where I've been and what's been happening. A lot of stuff been going on in the old life here over the past couple of months. Some of it really not very good. Some of it pretty good, and some of it just okay, So to begin with, if you ever watch this channel, you know that I'm on a constant search for a pair of readers that will actually work, and I don't need glasses per se. My eyes still work fine. I can see far off, or as we say here in Alabama, fur off. I can see a fur piece, but up close for reading, I do need reading glasses, and I'm constantly going through the frickin' glasses, and I finally found a pair that I really liked. They're my Casey Neistat make me look semi-intelligent glasses. Well, I broke the fucking things. Can you see the tape? Look at all the tape on there. Now what happened? Now granted, these are not high dollars. They're not Ray-Bans. I think they're Roy Bings. But what happened was the side piece just kind of fell off, and I take that sucker back on, and they still work as long as they're able to rest on what passes for a nose in these wallopy ears. So anyway, today the topic is not about my glasses, although they have me quite upset, to be honest. No, today's topic is shit happens. And more to the point, what do you do when shit happens? Now, I mentioned that I haven't done a video in quite a while, and here's why. My lovely wife, Melissa, who we just had our 23rd anniversary, our 23rd wedding anniversary, which I think speaks very highly of her tolerance and my good fortune, because I truly found a good woman after trying a lot of them out. And we've been together 23 years. Well, Melissa has some stomach issues. She has a few health issues, and a couple of months ago, she went in for a routine colonoscopy. Now, if you don't know what a colonoscopy is, I'm gonna explain it exactly like the doctor did. Hold on. I guess these are these doctorly glasses, or do I need something that's more? Yes, like this. Here's how the doctor explained this. Well, what we do is we put you to sleep, and then we take this television camera and insert it into your rectum. Okay, this might be a bit much on the vision, or the not a great visual, but he honestly said what we do is we take a television camera and go into your rectum. Okay, I used to be in TV. Television cameras are big. I mean, they're big, right? So I'm envisioning this. I mean, how much Vaseline does it take to get a television camera inserted into someone's rectum? Even someone who's used to having such things in there. So anyway, what he actually meant was there's when you get a little colonoscopy, and there's really no such thing as a little colonoscopy, is there? We're just going to go in this far. It's like being a little pregnant. When you get a colonoscopy, they have basically a tube that has a tiny video camera and light on the end, and they pass that up into your rectum. Have you ever seen a roto-rooter guy snaking a sewer line? Well, it's kind of they put that, and they feed that, and there's a video, and they have a monitor, and they can actually see what's on the inside of your colon. And in all seriousness, they're looking for polyps and bad things. I've had a colonoscopy, not a big deal. I woke up feeling fine. It was mildly reminiscent of my drunk blackout days from years ago, but I digress. So my wife goes in to have a routine colonoscopy, which she has had before. And let me say this right out of the gate. If you've never had a colonoscopy and you are getting to the age where you need to get that checked, get the colonoscopy. I mean, that's how they detect colon cancer, which kills a ton of people. So she goes in on a Thursday morning, and routine colonoscopy, everything looked great. The pipes were clean. All was well with the world. We went home that afternoon. We went down to the IHOP for a romantic dinner. Nothing says I love you like a grand slam dinner. And so everything was great. Well, the next morning, Melissa woke up and she wasn't feeling very well. She's having some stomach issues. And so we just thought, okay, it's kind of the aftermath. It's maybe cramps from the colonoscopy. Well, a few minutes later, I hear her screaming, and I do my Superman thing. I'm like, and off I go because my wife is screaming. She's lying on the couch, doubled over with cramps, and I'm like, okay, this is not natural. You've had these before, and this is not right. So put her in the car, drove like a bat out of hell to the hospital. Vin Diesel was going like this, right, as I passed. And so we get to the hospital, and she's just in horrific pain, just doubled over. It was almost like labor pains almost. I mean, just holding onto her legs. Awful, awful pain. They could not figure out what the problem was. I'm like, she just had a colonoscopy. She has some stomach pain. That would be 4, right? So they did an ultrasound, they did x-rays, they looked at the colon, they could not find anything. She was not exhibiting the classic symptoms of a ruptured colon, meaning that when, like if this is your colon and a hole gets poked into it, it can release toxic and waste into your system. It can kill you. So she's in all kinds of pain. The doctors or the ER folks, all they can do is give her drugs to quell the pain until some symptom manifests that they will then have a fucking clue what to do. As soon as a symptom manifests, we'll have a fucking clue what to do, said the doctor. So they admit her to the hospital. This was on a Friday. Saturday, she was very uncomfortable. They were managing the pain with drugs. And then she started having what I thought were muscle cramps. And I thought this because her body was so tense when she was having these spasms that I'm like, well, she's pulling every muscle in her body. And so the doctor came in, and our regular doctor, who's just a super great guy, really like him. He was out of town, but he was very concerned, so he gave me his cell phone number, which I'm pretty sure he regretted by the end of the weekend because I did call him a number of times. Anyway, the doctors came in, they couldn't figure out what to do. Make a long story short, on Sunday, all of a sudden, she just started swelling up. And one of the symptoms of a ruptured colon is you literally fill with air and waste. And I'm like, I think this is it. Long story short, what happened was when the colonoscopy was done, there was a nick in the lining of her colon wall. And I believe what happened was it slowly started to open, and they couldn't detect it on any tests until that Sunday when it actually opened up and she started showing symptoms. They immediately did another x-ray, spotted the hole, took her into emergency surgery, and literally within minutes found it, fixed it. Long story short, she was in the hospital for 5 days recovering. She was here at home recovering for 6 weeks. Thank the Lord and all above. She is back to work now. She lost like 15 pounds. Hell of a diet plan. Don't recommend it. But anyway, back to work, she seems fine. So I was pretty much out of pocket for 6 weeks because I was playing nursemaid. Fortunately, I had my slutty nurse costume from Halloween. So yeah, there was that. So that pretty much took me offline, and I had some writing projects. I do book editing, I do ghostwriting, and they kind of piled up, so I had to jump on those. So I was off YouTube for 2 months, and I'm sure YouTube will never be the same. So that brings me to the topic at hand. And you can apply this to business, which is what we usually talk about, or you can apply it to life. Shit happens. It happens all the time. It happens to everybody. Trust me, if something's going to happen, it's going to happen to my wife, Melissa. I mean, she married me. What was she thinking? And she had options. She really had options. Anyway, so when shit happens in your life, how do you handle it? And I got to thinking, well, you know what? Everybody was saying, well, you should sue the doctor. You should, just sue. Well, here's the thing, folks. Get a colonoscopy. It could save your life. The actual odds of something like this happening are very slim. As I said, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen to her. Our doctor, who I really like, has done 20,000 of these things. And he's had two that have ended up with issues. I kind of feel bad for him that he's looked at that many assholes, but he drives a really cool car and lives in a huge house. So there is that. Anyway, so how did he handle this? In my opinion, he handled it amazingly well. He was really concerned. He was calling. The minute he got back in town from vacation, he was at the hospital. Even to this day, 2 months later, he calls Melissa and checks on her and makes sure everything is good. So when shit happens, how do you handle it? And I think that if you're an entrepreneur or a human being, you are judged on the way that you handle things when shit happens, especially if that shit is your fault. So what this doctor did was he was proactive. It would have been very easy for him to say, hey, you signed the form, you knew the risks, whatever. But he was very proactive, very nice, and so it was what it was. Shit happened, shit was fixed, and 2 months later, things are okay. So how do you handle things when shit happens? Do you run and hide? Do you deny? That's the thing with this election. Oh my God, I'm so freaking sick of all the politics. I know it's completely off topic, but actually it's not, because shit is happening in our country to all of us, and I got a feeling that the shit is it's just getting started, and then you've heard the expression, the shit hits the fan. Well, I think someone is about to turn the fan on high. So when it happens, do you deny it? Do you lie your way out of it like most politicians do? Or do you step up? Do you take responsibility and you say, how can I fix this? I made a mistake. I caused shit to happen. How can I make it right? In my mind, that's a great judge of character. I'm not going to, plausible deniability, forget it. You did it, admit it, move on. If you did a wrong to someone, or you hurt someone, or whatever, it could be either a person to person shit happens, or it could be a company to person. This company that's making all of these airbags that are killing people, they still deny that it's happening. Thank God I don't have a Samsung phone, because they catch fire and the company still, So that's the question of the day, is what do you do when shit happens to you or because of you? Are you proactive? Do you have a positive attitude? It would have been incredibly easy for us to, especially me, because I have anger issues. It would have been very easy to get angry and to call a lawyer and to threaten this and threaten that. And that's just not how I'm built. I'm not going to do that sort of thing. Now, if things had gone from worse to really worse, I don't know. Here's what I tell people. You better thank the good Lord above that Melissa is here on earth to keep me straight. The havoc that would be wreaked by a pissed off me. It could be really scary. Anyway, so how do you handle it? What do you do? I hope you have a positive attitude on things, because, it's going to happen. It happens to everyone. I do not know anyone who leads such an amazingly charmed life that shit never happens. If shit never happened, it would be a bumper sticker. That's deep. That's some Confucius level logic right there. Anyway, so I am back. I have lots of videos to do for you. Time permitting, as I said, I'm doing some ghostwriting now. I'm working on several books, but I do want to get back to doing these videos because I do enjoy them. And I know that without me, your life is just, wow, it's a wasteland. It's hollow. It's meaningless. And I hate that for you. I hate being the one that you rely on. Anyway, so there we go. Hey, if you want to subscribe to this channel, there's a subscribe button down there somewhere. Hit the like button. Feel free to leave your comments below. Everybody's been so wonderful since Melissa is back among the living and doing great. I appreciate all of the wonderful comments and that sort of thing that we're getting. Again, just because she had a bad experience with a colonoscopy is no reason why you should not go forward. Complications are rare. Like I said, I had one, bada boom, 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 in and out. I was at Jack's eating a double cheeseburger, and yeah, no walk of shame here on the colonoscopy. So anyway, subscribe, like, find me on Facebook. I've also got timknox.com. I do a lot of different things. I'm not going to go through all the things that I do because this is not the time or place So, all right, guys, hey, it's been fun. It's been real. And hopefully I will get back into doing regular videos. Regular? Oh, shit. Hopefully I'll get back to doing regular videos very soon. Until then, go watch something else because I'm done. I'll see you next time, guys. Peace out.